Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Shizuka who lived in a small town. She was a kind and gentle girl, and she loved to play with her friends. One day, Shizuka was playing in the park when she saw a strange sight. There, in the middle of the playground, was a large rabbit statue. The rabbit was made of white marble, and it had a kind and gentle expression on its face. Shizuka was curious about the rabbit statue, so she asked her friends about it. They told her that the statue was of the moon rabbit, a mythical creature that lived on the moon. The moon rabbit was said to be a kind and gentle creature, and it was said that it made the mooncakes that were eaten during the Mid-Autumn Festival. Shizuka was fascinated by the story of the moon rabbit, and she decided to learn more about it. She went to the library and checked out a book about Chinese mythology. She learned that the moon rabbit was a popular figure in Chinese folklore, and that it was said to be the companion of Chang'e, the goddess of the moon. Shizuka was so inspired by the story of the moon rabbit that she decided to make her own mooncakes. She asked her mother for help, and they spent the next few days baking and decorating the mooncakes. When the mooncakes were finished, they were even more beautiful than Shizuka had imagined. On the night of the Mid-Autumn Festival, Shizuka took her mooncakes to the park. She placed them in front of the rabbit statue and said a silent prayer. She asked the moon rabbit to bring happiness and good fortune to her friends and family. The next morning, Shizuka went back to the park. She was surprised to see that the mooncakes were gone. She looked around, but she couldn't see anyone. Then, she noticed a small white feather on the ground. She picked it up and held it close to her heart. She knew that the moon rabbit had come and taken her mooncakes. She was filled with happiness, knowing that the moon rabbit had heard her prayers. Shizuka continued to make mooncakes every year for the Mid-Autumn Festival. She always placed them in front of the rabbit statue, and she always asked the moon rabbit to bring happiness and good fortune to her friends and family. And every year, the mooncakes would disappear, and Shizuka would find a small white feather on the ground. Shizuka knew that the moon rabbit was always watching over her, and she was grateful for its kindness and friendship.